Hey guys, this is Mittens and welcome to Europa Universalis 3. This is a grand strategy game. I'm not that good at this game, I'm going to say that before I do anything else. So I'm playing it on easy mode, just going to say that now, before anybody says, oh, you're doing it on easy mode. Well, I am, okay, I'm not that good at the game, I'm just playing it for fun, playing it for a little bit of enjoyment. I've decided to play as England. You can play as almost, well, I think it's 250 different countries in this, or nations in this game. It's obviously begins in the year 1399. So, for example, France is not fully formed yet. Spain is obviously made of Aragon and Castile. There's also some leftovers of the Almoravid dynasty here. You've got Granada. We're going to be playing as England, if you can't guess why. And you set your own goals in this game, and my goal is going to be, basically, I'm going to aim to conquer all of the nations of Great Britain and Ireland, and form Great Britain. Now, at the beginning, in year 1399, this obviously is just England, Scotland, and then Irish nations, Tyrone, Leinster, Munster, and Connaught, obviously. Because it hasn't yet become the United Kingdom yet. That wouldn't happen until 1701. So that's my goal, is to try and have that happen earlier on. My main adversary is going to be Scotland, to be honest. Scotland doesn't really like England much in this game. I'm not saying that mirrors today's world or anything, but that's the way it is. One other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to begin, even though I haven't set up my finance yet. This is not how you play the game, I'm not that good at this game at all. But the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I've got an army which is slightly bigger than any of the other Irish nations on Meath, or the Pale, which is my territory in Ireland. Just because I don't want to start off losing that territory, because I don't want to have to then send ships over and all of that stuff. I would rather just keep hold of Meath for now. One problem that I do have to this situation is that I've got territories near Burgundy in France, and if anybody knows anything about medieval history and Renaissance history between France and England, it's not the best. It's really not the best. There's a reason why England and France are well known as historical rivals. Excuse me if I'm sniffling a bit, I've got a bit of a cold. It's been, well, not compared to America, I guess, but for English weather, this has been a fairly dodgy March. Right, so I'm going to begin by putting my men up to the north on the border where I actually live, just to keep that safe. I don't want any Scots conquering my home, get a knock at the door. I'm going to try and do something that I saw in another video of Europa Universalis where someone was playing as England, and I'm going to try and instantly sell some of these provinces. As much as that might be a slap in the face, nope, they don't want to buy it. I'm not going to sell it for 20p, or 20 quid, you Burgundy bastards. It's, as much as it might seem a bit cowardly to sell it, it's worth doing, seeing as if I want to invade France, I can do it wherever I want. I don't want to have a territory here where I'm surrounded by loads of different nations. And just look at the people who have a core on Gascogne. There's France, Armagnac, I think, no, Guillaume, and us. So if I can sell it, then I'll feel a lot happier about myself. Sell province. I'm not going to sell them Cumbria, sod that. Oh, never live it down. Gascogne. No, you don't want to buy Gascogne. Cheap bastards. How fucking cheap are you? Seriously, I'm trying to sell you a territory, and you're not even going to buy it for 400 quid. That's pathetic. Labourd. Will you buy that? He doesn't even sound English. No. No, you won't. Right, so I'm going to have to hang on to these territories, and because of that, I'm going to have to either engineer a treaty with France, which I might try and do now. No, I can't. Maybe get a royal marriage. No, unlikely. Well, I'll try and get a royal marriage then with Aragon and with Castile. If I can get friendships with them on this part, and maybe with Burgundy too, then I'll be a bit better off. You've got to think very tactically in this game. Try to engineer a marriage with those. Burgundy don't want a marriage. Aragon they want a marriage. Castile don't want a marriage. Well, that's not that bad, I guess. One of three. I guess we'll have to just deal with that. If we can get Aragon on side. Oh, we're allied with Portugal. That's good. At least I know that if I start a war with someone around here, Portugal will probably send some boats around. Portugal have a very good navy in this game, as they did in reality. I've set the lucky nations, as in the nations that will do well, to random, because I don't really like it being historical, because I already know what would happen then. Because what would basically happen is France would unify all of this, Castile would become a superpower, Castile would kick the Granadans out of there, Ottomans would take a huge load of territory here. That's basically what would happen. Denmark would... I'm pretty sure Denmark would end up taking control of Norway and Sweden in the Kalmar Union. And of course the Teutonic Order would just war with Lithuania for a long, long time. So I've changed it to random, because seriously, quite odd things can happen. You could end up having... I can remember once Scotland had a piece of eastern Sweden. Oh, what's this? Alliance offer from Aragon. Yes, I will take that. And please tell me that you're not going to invade Spain, because I don't want to... Then again, we'd be alright if Portugal and Aragon and us went to war with Spain. Probably be alright. Great. I hope I don't get drawn into a... Well, I don't need to. Aragon would easily defeat Navarre. Right, so back to our plots, our plans, seeing as don't really care about what's going on. I don't like the look of Burgundy here. They seem quite active, so I'm gonna have to spend a bit of money. Right, now I can finally look to my finance. Like I said, I've set the game on quite easy mode, so I don't have to worry that much about money. First thing I need to do is put a lot of investment into stability, because stability increases your taxes, reduces the risk of rebellion, all good stuff that stability gives. Now, I have played this game a little bit, and one thing that I do know will happen is that Scotland will try to get a really big force on the border. They won't attack, they'll just get a really big force on the border, and I want to have something up against that, because if they get a reason to attack, I think they would. I want to see if I can get some kind of alliance with Burgundy, because Burgundy are really active, and Burgundy... I'm not bordered with France over there, I'm bordered with them here, but I'm allied with Aragon, so I don't really need to worry that much. Ooh, Scotland is suffering. Oh, that's very good. Who are Aragon fighting? Yes, I'll go to war with you. I don't want to break my alliance over a tiny nation called Navarre, especially when you're already going to defeat them. Right. Yes. Good. I think that the war with Navarre will go well, and I can just sit and launch a bit. Change the sliders. I don't really like to get into serious detail with the sliders, because sometimes bad things could happen and you end up having like an 8,000 man rebel army. One thing I am going to do is go into free trade, because free trade sometimes gets good, like that we've got a free trader there, and it doesn't really have much of a chance of really, really negative back effects. Send some... You know, I'll just send some men to Lubeck, some merchants. Yeah, send 3 merchants to Lubeck, increase our chances a bit. Right, what else can we do? We can get some advisors, always useful, increasing things. Really good having a stability man. We got him. I want that. I want increased land force limits, because my first war, well, most of my wars, seeing as I've got Meath as well, are going to be based on land, which is quite odd, seeing as the UK, or even just England, has always been more reliant on its navy, on its naval power, but in this period it was far more based around its army, up until around Mary Tudor, Henry VIII period, Renaissance period is where England, and then effectively the entirety of the UK's navy, starts to really pick up. Right, I'm really good that there's rebels there in Scotland. It takes the pressure off me a bit, which is good, because I'm not ready for war just yet. How I want to get an alliance with Burgundy. It's impossible, they say. Why is this? Unlikely for a royal marriage. What am I? What is my? Maybe if I give them a little gift, I can afford to give them a gift, because I've got quite low relations. If I get high relations, I'll probably be able to get a royal marriage, and then in turn an alliance. That's what I'm with Aragon. I'm glad that I've got this here. That's a good safety net in the south. But I feel bad for Calais. Um, I always feel bad for Granada in this game, because Granada always lose. They always lose in the Reconquista, or the continuation of it. Right, what else is there to do? Revolts possible where? Oh yeah, in Wales. I don't blame them. Some of the things that the English did in Wales, truly terrible. Longshanks and all of that. But this is war! And in war we must be hard-hearted. I think I'm going to go for the discipline man as well for now, just because it'll be good for my armies. What's the disputed successions? I don't have a disputed succession. Ooh, my ally does. So if I get a if I've got a royal marriage, I can always claim the throne. Need more prestige. It'd be hilarious if I claimed the throne of Aragon. That'd be great. But it's probably not going to happen. I've never done that so far. I want a bigger army in Wales, even though I'm spending a huge amount of manpower. Just because, look at that. That's how the red is pretty much an indication of how likely it is for me to get a rebellion there. I've got a minimum revolt risk 11%. That's ridiculously high. Yeah. I hope that Scotland lose this this particular rebel faction, because that means that they might end up getting really, really weakened economically and militarily, and I think they have as well. That's very good. They'll come back from it because they can recruit more men and the rebels can't. But does anybody have are there any claims to any of the claims to these islands? Nope. Right, here we are then. So we've set up everything. I'm going to make this a bit of a longer episode just so that more stuff can happen. I'm not really sure if there's much else for me to do. Castile always kick ass, serious ass in this game. That is a historical fact, and it happens regardless of whether you've got them on random nations or not, simply because Castile are in the best position to do so. They've got holy war casus belli against all of these Islamic nations. They're right near the western European coast, so they can end up exploring first, getting trade on the go. They've got a large manpower. They're surrounded by two smaller nations. It's just very good for them. England has it a lot harder in the beginning. Out of the sort of big three European nations of France, Spain and England, England has it seriously bad. Sue for peace. No, I'm not going to do that, Navarra, seeing as you're actually losing. Why would I do that? Sometimes, one thing that I don't understand is that some of these nations act as if they're North Korea. They put out threats and give peace offerings that are absolutely ridiculous, knowing that they're going to lose. It's pathetic. Ooh, I've got a colonist, but I've got nowhere to send them. Always makes me feel so bad. Norway owns them, right? I thought they might have been colonizable. Colonizable, it's not, is that a word? I don't know. Have I allied with Savoy? Or are they allied with Aragon? Great, so I've almost got an interlinking alliance. Can I get any more alliances? I would love to be allied with loads of people on the coast. If I could get that. I'll try and go for a royal marriage with Burgundy. Good. Nah, they rejected it. If I could get loads of alliances, it'd be great, because then nobody attacks you, because they know that you've got all these alliances. I'm tempted just to go right in and... Who are Scotland allied? No, way. They're allied with too many nations for me to attack them. Leinster. Who are they allied with? Royal marriage. Royal marriage? Royal marriage. So they don't have any alliances, these nations. Right, it's going to have to be... Do I have any casus belli? Conquest casus belli. Ooh. Aragon going to war with everyone. Well, at least they're going to war with pathetic... Well, I'm sorry, that sounds quite harsh. At least they're going to war with quite small nations. Just Sardinia here. Right, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to war with Leinster, but I'm and I'm not going to call my allies in because I don't want suddenly a Spanish fleet just to appear off the coast of Ireland, swamp in, take the territory for themselves. Bob's your uncle. So I'm at Genoa. I don't care about Genoa. They're not going to come all the way up here. It's on the other side of the Mediterranean. I'm going to make a large force, and I'm going to start invading Ireland. This is really starting to look already like British history, isn't it? English conquerors trying to break up Scotland, trying to invade all the different parts of Ireland. Oh god. Sure, this is just a history lesson rather than a game. Okay, so I've got a truce with Navarre. It doesn't bother me because they're a vassal of... Are they just an alliance? No, I thought they were an alliance. Well, anyway, how am I going with getting my stability up? Well, I'm nearly there. I'm losing a lot of money, and I want to start putting money in the treasury. I want to start building up a bit of money. So, right. Okay. Right. I've got no idea what Aragon's doing going into Italy, or whether they've got a good reason to do that. Maybe it's an alliance thing. I don't care. I've just declared war because I don't want to lose my alliance with Aragon. Fortunately, Burgundy seems to have fucked off, to put it politely. So I can focus back on here. Right, I'm going to have to invade one of these nations soon. I'm not going to do Leinster yet because they've got the largest army. It's just... Right. Maybe the best idea is to cut Ireland in half. I think that is what I'm going to do. From my experience, the strongest nations in Ireland tend to be Tyrone and Leinster. These two. Connaught and Munster tend not to be as strong in game terms. So, ooh, trade is good. Yes. No, Yorkshire. Yorkshire. No. Well, people do revolt in Yorkshire, but not at this time period. Anyway, right. Okay. So before this game, before we're done with this particular session, I'm going to invade Connaught because not much is happening. Not much is going to happen. I'm just building up my finances, and that's boring. So what I'm going to do is invade. I'm going to wait. I'm going to speed up a little bit. Wait for that last... Yes, we've got stability now, right? That's one of the good things. So now I can put the country on a war footing. That means basically lots of money. I'm going to speed up... Well, I have speeded up the time. Right, I've got to... See, France are already being mean. Maybe it's because they performed so poorly in rugby in the Six Nations. Anyway, here we go then. Declare war. Conquest. Casus Belli. That's only 25% in for me, and it's only one territory anyway. So here we go. I'm not going to call any allies. Right, here we go. Boomf. Should probably turn down the... I love how Scotland has to constantly deal with these rebels. It's really helpful for me. It means that they can't... Usually I've seen games where you end up having a 7,000 man... That's a really good job there. 7,000 man Scottish army there and a 9,000 man Scottish army there, and you're having to focus on France, Spain. This time I've been quite lucky. This is why I like to have random nations, because literally anything can happen. I tend to end up wanting to assault every single place just to speed it up, but I don't really need... the fuck? Oh, I can't be arsed losing that much money, so I'm just gonna have to have shit trade for fucking God knows how long. Stupid smugglers. Yeah, because I'm only fighting Connaught, and Connaught's just one territory nation, no allies, no real threat for me. No offense to anyone from Connaught. So I'm just gonna, yeah, just gonna take them on. So there you have it. That's a little look at the way Europe is now. we'll see how things develop in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed. There will be more Europa Universalis 3. Feel free to comment and subscribe, of course. Like the video if you did enjoy it. Anything you want me to do, whether you want me to randomly decide to invade Crete or Cyprus, whatever you want me to do, just post a comment or whatever. So I'll see you in the next episode. Hope you had fun. See you later.